Art for Change podcast, where creativity and empowerment unite. Streaming live every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Motion Monday, Therapeutic Thursday, and Soul Food Sunday. If you like what you see, book your seat. We turn up the heat with your Art for Change.
Hey, and we are live. What's going on, art enthusiasts and change makers? Yes. This is another episode of Art for Change podcast, the Soulful Sunday edition. Hey, and I am your host, Mr. Sapiosexual, and my co-host.
You already know it's your boy, be you, because that's all you gotta motherfucking do is be you.
Yes, sir. And tonight we got Lyrical Paradigm in the building. What's up, love? How you doing?
Hello, me? Shucks.
She's back.
Too much.
Yes.
A whole year ago. I met you a year ago.
Yes, ma'am.
What a difference a year makes.
Yeah. Let's talk. Well, how your week been? How your week
Yo,
been this so far?
today is Monday. The week just started. Now, last week was a shit show because it was the last week of school. But today is Monday and officially the first day of my Thanksgiving break. So I'm off for the rest of the week. So today has been quite stupendous. I did. I got this big old box delivered to me today. It was a giant box of nothing that I ordered. And so when I got it, I was real excited to open it. So I got to that today. I busted open that box of nothing today, and I really dove into it head first, making sure I looked on all the nooks and crannies for all of the good things inside of it.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
I like that. I got much rest and relaxation today. Okay.
Like, what you doing and you don't want to go? You be like, man, I'm getting a package of nothing delivered. I gotta be there for the delivery. I gotta sign for it.
Yeah, I got to sign
I like that. I'm gonna steal that one.
They might leave it on the floor. Somebody might steal it. I gotta get that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mister.
Yes. So since you've been on the show, what have you been up to since the last time you've been on the show?
Oh man, I've been up to everything, bro. I have been all over the place. I have been all over the country. I have done all the things. I have been traveling as much as I can, especially during the summer. I didn't travel as much as I wanted to, but I did get outside and hit these streets a few times. I have been working with Right About Now, so I've been doing a lot of work for them and just really trying to get my brand and my name out there, and trying to figure out life as an artist, but also like focusing on school and teaching and, being health, like I look very different from the last time I was here because I had a lot of health issues that I had to work out. So this year has been really challenging and really like tumultuous in a way where I really had to learn some new things about myself and what kind of endurance that I have these days as this older person and as this more mature person. I'm still working on the mature part. I got old in the she's a work in progress. So I've been writing a lot of things. I've really been trying to focus on writing with intention versus, the old adage that you write how you feel. You write because this is how you feel and you write your feelings and write your feelings and feel the feels and do all the things. And so now I'm like, okay, but I really want to get into a different sector of poetry, like as a performance art versus like writing it. And so I'm trying to be more intentional with my writing and making sure that I focus on things that are like, pressing issues in the world. I'm not a political human, but I am writing things that are more geared to like the human experience versus the human thought of what the experience should be, if that makes sense.
Yes, I like that.
I got a question. You did
Yeah.
you did a show on the 18th, right? You're hosting shows now and everything.
So no, it's
Uh,
not a show. No, it's not a show. I host an open mic. So I
Open mic.
host,
Okay.
yeah, it's an open mic, and it's very much
The
that.
Lost
Like it's
Scribes.
definitely an open mic. It is definitely where people come to practice. I encourage the people that come and participate to, practice new shit. Like new shit is the rule. When you walk in, the rule is if you put your name on this paper, one of the poems you do tonight got to be new shit. That's the rule. So I'm really I'm really gearing the open mic to the poets. It's not necessarily for the show of it all, but mostly for the practice. Like this is where you come and get your bearings and learn what kind of artist you are, and what kind of poet and what kind of spoken word artist you are, and see other people and kind of learn from them and build your community. So it's more so like a small community versus, a big show. It's definitely not a show by any means.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't consider myself a
Okay.
very good host. I'm much more of I'm not really into like hosting. I did host a show for Cougarville for some of the young ladies from Houston, and that was fun. But I'm not a host. I don't know. That's probably not my ministry. I'm too lazy. My mouth too slick. My filter don't be working. I would be a that wouldn't be a
I
good.
feel that.
I love it. She said, "Look, she said some things I just know I'm not absolute great at, and hosting is not that thing
Know
for me.
thyself, right? Ain't that what the words
Know
say? Know
thyself. Yes." She said, "Know
thyself.
thyself." I know that's right. I respect it. I respect it. So, let me ask, what caused your transition to want to take a different step and write with a little bit more purposeful poems? What caused that?
You know how like poets now, the new goal for spoken word artists these days is a Grammy, right? Everybody want to win a Grammy. I don't. I I don't have no interest in winning a Grammy. If I was going to win something or be, working towards something, I would like to win a Pulitzer because that's where the notoriety is, right? Like that's where the money at. That's where the notoriety is. That's where the fame and the respect is. Like I would prefer a Pulitzer. So writing with intention is working towards um being able to fall into a different lane as a writer versus a performer, right? I'm not necessarily writing a whole lot of things to perform. I'm writing things for print to be published, to be exposed to a different platform versus just being on the stage all the time. Like being on the stage is cool and I love it and I'm gonna do that forever. But I also don't want that to just be the only way you know me, right? Like I want to be the book on people's coffee tables that they had to get through a private seller. You know what I'm saying? Like pay $1,000 for this book because this is Pulitzer award worthy. You know what I mean? So like
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
working on my
Yes, ma'am.
things anyway. I'm trying to get my Angelou on. Grammys are
Uh,
fun and I wouldn't mind them, but I'd much rather have this thing over here.
yes, yes. She's setting the bar high, ladies and gentlemen, and I love it.
Yeah,
I'm glad
like
I'm glad I asked because we was able to pull that out of you. You know what I mean? And for the people that follow you, I think they love to hear, what I'm saying, how an ambitious woman just keeps striving for more. You know what I mean? So yes, I like that.
got to.
Yes.
And you can't put yourself in a rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Like if you pigeonhole yourself, you make it harder not just for yourself, but for the poets around you and for the people in your community to get past where you are because you never create a lane for that. And so like I'm really interested in the people who are creating those lanes and making those spaces for us as not just spitters, but as like real actual writers, because the writing is where it's, like that's where it's the most important. We can hear you just fine. If you got a fancy voice, but you spitting trash, it's gonna be trash. Like, what do you want from us? We can only teach you so much. We can only give you the tools. You gotta. So I really think the intention, being intentional and getting, is to make sure that we make these spaces for people who don't know that these spaces are available and that they exist.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I do it, if I want to do anything, I want to be a waymaker. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure that people have these opportunities and get with people who know how to get these opportunities so that we can all flourish, so everybody can eat. I want to eat first though. I'm hungry now.
Hey, nah, I feel you. I'm gonna eat first.
He
Hey,
said, "Oh,
fuck
you first because I'm hungry." What you talking about? You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
the hungriest out.
He said, "She put me in the jungle. I'm coming out with a fur coat." You know what I'm saying? A belly full.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I got to taste the food first before it's not poison. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to help
You know what
y'all.
I mean?
I'm trying to be
She said, "Look, I'm the food inspector. Hold on now." I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Yes. For those of people who are just now seeing you, tell the people how you English teacher and how that may influence your performance and your writing style as a poet.
I love teaching. It is, I love teaching. Now, I also love English. And because those two things are, you know, an outlet for me, I think that being an English teacher is probably the best thing I could ever did. Um, I can do without some of these kids, but that's a whole nother show. We'll have to book another night for that conversation, okay? Because these kids are something different. But
Yes.
I feel like when you're a good teacher, you can teach anything, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so me teaching the children has inspired me in a lot of ways, right? Like I'm writing poetry about these fucking kids. I had a last year I had a poetry um open mic for my third and fourth graders. And they wrote these amazing poems about how I give them hugs. And I wrote a poem about their with using their poems, and they were so impressed, right? They're easily impressed, but they were so impressed. And it was like, yo, these kids want to do this, right?
Yeah.
They want to be involved in this. And so in an effort to again be more intentional, right? Because intention is the word for the year. To be more intentional, I'm trying to, you know, build a poetry basis for them, which is something they've never seen before. They never had these experiences before. They've never had this outlet available to them to say, hey, this is a totally cool thing you're doing, right? This is absolutely the best thing for you to be doing. And without having the stigma of it's a girl thing or it's gay, because I hear a lot of children be like, I don't like poetry, it's gay. And I'll be like, it is gay, because I'll be happy as fuck. Like, I'll understand your
Right.
question. I don't
I
understand what
love it.
you're me right. So like the teaching these children has definitely influenced how I write and what I write and how I stretch myself in the writing. And it also allows me to make space for them, right? To write for them and with them as the intention. And so them finding themselves in poems is super funny. It's hilarious. They be like, oh, I wrote that. And it's super cute. So teaching has influenced me a lot because I take everything that they learn. I have to learn it first in order to teach it to them. So I'm internalizing everything that I have to teach them and using it towards this thing that I teach during my writing sessions and during my open mic. We have a small miniature session of the write. During the write, I'm using the things that they have taught me to teach them, to teach these actual poets who do this every night and who are performers and make a living off of this. Like I correlate those two things so heavily that I don't know if there is a line to separate them.
Mm, that's deep.
That is so deep. I love it. Now, let me ask, have your move to Louisiana influenced your writing at all? And the subjects of your writing?
No, not necessarily the subject, but definitely the way I say certain words, right? Like the accent is easy to pick up here, and it's so catchy. It's like a Pharrell beat. Like it is fucking it you listen. You live here for a month, and I promise you, you're gonna be saying language that you are not used to saying. You know, like you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be saying baby and making groceries, and you know what I mean. You'll be using the language because you really want to
Baby.
assimilate.
Baby.
And because
Yes.
it's cool to say, like it feels good to say the word. You know, I I I use the language so much that I have incorporated it into how I spit now. And so
Yeah.
sometimes I really have to be cautious of that because I also don't want to lose the authenticity that is the Chicago bred in me, right? And so, but yeah, I pick up a lot of things from here. I pick up a lot of nuances and sayings and things, and I use that in the poems because it's relatable to here. But the subjects haven't changed because the struggle here is the same as the struggle in Chicago. It's just warmer. It's a warmer struggle.
Mm.
That's it.
That,
Now,
so
now, go ahead, B.
yeah. Hey, so with you moving from there to Chicago, your interactions with people, and then like your interactions with students and everything about being a teacher and poetry. Do you have like something that stuck out to you, like a
Like,
certain interaction?
no, just these children have accents, and that's funny to me. These,
Okay.
these children talk like their grandmas and they grandpas. They talk with the same twang as the grown-ups. And that
Oh
is
shit.
hilarious. But other than that, I mean, these kids go through the same things we go through in my city. It's just the only difference here is that it's warmer. It's a warmer struggle. And that's it. And because it's warmer, the chaos is more often. Like at least in Chicago, we get a little snow and niggas go home. That's not the case here, right? Like they outside. And the kids, they have the same exact struggles. You know what I'm saying? They worry about the same thing. Am I gonna make it home? Am I gonna make it to school on time? Is somebody gonna start shooting when I get off the bus? Like these problems, am I gonna eat today? Am I gonna eat tomorrow? Is my mama gonna come home? Is my daddy ever coming back? Like these are the same struggles they have. My mama don't have no car. How am I gonna make it to school? Am I gonna make it to school? Like these are the struggle is the same. That's one thing I've learned about living here versus living at home is that the struggle is the same everywhere. It's just how you interpret the struggle. And the people here might not interpret the struggle the same as the people in Chicago, but it is the same. As somebody from the outside looking in, it's exactly the same. It's just more people in a smaller place here. Chicago is a much bigger place, but it's still the same. You know what I'm saying? Chaos is just more of it. It's a miniature version here. And it doesn't take away from what these children have to endure or what they have to learn to go through in order to survive in this city. It's not any different from Philly, from Baltimore, from New York, from Chicago, from Florida, from California. There's no difference. The only difference is the name that they call themselves. But other than that, there's
Mm,
nothing. There's nothing that says, this is better or different than this one. It's not.
mm.
It's just not.
Like that. A little bit off topic. Being that you on the news and hearing what's going on in Chicago now, currently, especially with the ICE situation and them raiding apartments and things of that nature. What type of effect does that have on you? Seeing people from back home going to that type of situation currently.
I cry for my city. You know what I mean? Like I weep for my city for real. And I worry for my city just as much as I worry for this one. I worry for my city because there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing surprises me anymore, right? I've seen so much. I'm from the little girl X generation. So I've seen some of the worst things that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? To people and some of the worst people, right? Like I grew up during the before social media, but during the high peak of a lot of really crazy Dahmer, right? Like John Bonet, like all of these things. Dahmer lived in the next town over from where I grew up. Like how? Like you know what I mean? Like there's nothing new to me. But I weep for my city. I fear for the children of the city because as somebody who is an adult now and had to grow up and endure a certain type of environment, I get how it's hard and I want to be like, yeah, I want to give these kids the benefit of the doubt because look at us, right? Look at what we were when we were this age, and now look at how far we've come and how much we've accomplished, and look at us, right? If we can do it, they can do it. Shit, if I can do it, anybody can, right? But also, it's like, but who's gonna tell them any different, or who's gonna teach them any different? When they mamas and they daddies out here doing the same shit, right? Like
I feel that.
I
Yep.
can't teach you to do something differently when I'm doing the same thing as you. And then, or when parents have, because the economy is so fucked up, that parents have to dedicate their whole life to making sure their children are clothed and fed and housed, and that they don't have enough time to educate and care and be compassionate and teach them street shit. You know what I mean? Like, focus on getting good grades. Parents constantly telling their kids, work on your schoolwork and do this and get good grades and do that, but they're not telling them that the streets is an educational place too. And you got to learn what the streets got going on, because them books ain't always going to save you, because books are not bulletproof. And the parents are like not giving them these, you know what I'm saying? These, and you can teach children something you've never learned. So as single mothers, because a lot of these kids that like were involved in this recent incident that took place with the lady, where they jumped that lady, I noticed a bunch of mamas got on Facebook, but not a single daddy, not one daddy. It's like these single mothers don't know how to teach their children how to be street smart, because that's not something a lady is even supposed to know. Right? I can't teach my son how to be streets. I can teach him street life. I can tell him all the things that I know, but as I've never experienced that, because I'm not a man in these streets. You know what I mean? Like, I can only tell you, I can't teach it to you the proper way. And you ain't got, the mamas don't know, because they ain't had no fucking daddies. It's like a cycle of dumbasses, just one dumbass begat the next dumbass, and that dumbass begat the next dumbass. And it's just, and what the city supposed to do? Because where the fuck are the next neuroscientists going to be graduating from? What high school they go to? Because they don't go to Simeon. They don't go to Kenwood. Well, maybe they go to Kenwood, but they don't, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to city public schools. They certainly don't go to Bright Elementary School. I can't see a neuroscientist in the bunch. You know what I mean? Like, what they at? I cry for my city. I weep for my city every day, because it's like, fuck. In 30 years, what is Chicago gonna look like? Wow. It's gonna look like, in my mind, it's gonna look like Mad Max, right? It's gonna be
That's crazy.
And it's gonna be like a free for all. Because all of these kids got to grow up to do something. And if all of these kids grow up to do nothing or little to nothing, who's going to support the city? Where's the community? How is the city going to survive if the people that live in the city don't know how to survive? It's sad. It's a sad realization, but we got to do better. We got to do better as parents, and we got to do better as women, and we got to do better as men, and all three separately and all three together, right? We have to do better, because if we're not doing it, they're never gonna fucking do it. Yeah. And we should know better, because we grew up in the time. If you're my age, you grew up in the time where, you know, there weren't computers and cell phones, social media to influence you, so you do know better. You know what I mean? You do have something better to teach, but you choose not to, because you're so focused on making sure that the rent get paid. And I get it. It's hard out here. It's hard out here for everybody, but we got to do better. We have to. We can't make the excuse that we just don't have enough time to teach our children to be better fucking humans. Yes. Like, we have to make time for that, because if we don't, then the job that you have is not going to get passed down to your kid, because your kid ain't never going to do shit. You're going to be working that job until they die, because you got to support them forever, because they never learned the skills to support themselves. Me included. I have a son too. He's 22 years old, and he makes choices that a 22-year-old would make, a dumb 22-year-old. And I have to be like, hey, G, that's dumb as fuck. Like, chill. But I also have to be like, okay, I told you that was dumb. Go for it, my boy. Put your hand on the stove. Like, what you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. We can only do so much, but we got to figure out a way to do better, because there has to be a better way. There has to. Our parents didn't fail with us, so we can't fail with them.
Yes, sir.
Our parents were crackheads, so if crackheads can do it,
let's do it, right?
Hold the fuck up. Right.
Is it me or?
Hey, Lyrical Paradigm spitting that shit tonight, y'all.
Hey, so you was a crack baby?
Beat your ass. Be
You gonna
your
let
ass.
a kid beat you, bro? Like that's crazy. You gonna let a dope kid beat you in life? That's wild. That's crazy. You
That is crazy, yeah. That, look, you turned out good though. Like you did all right for yourself.
We all did, didn't we?
Yeah.
We all
And we
did.
still and we're still growing. We're still growing
And
as people.
As
still
we
are.
should.
We all
Mm-hmm.
did. And this is where we've come. And if you haven't come this far, then that was a choice because we all had the same opportunity.
Yes, ma'am.
We all had the
Yeah.
same choices, and we all had the same choices. And you chose that life, and that's the life you chose, and that's cool. Good for you. You know, that's goody for you. I hope it works. But as for me and mine, okay, well, we don't have time to be playing around with you niggas. That shit.
I'm proud of
You
your growth, bro.
need to be
I'm
doing.
proud of you. Yeah, I'm proud of your growth.
and I appreciate you mentioning the young lady and her kid that got beat up. You know, I'm glad that you spoke on that because I mean,
Because if it had been my son,
that
it would be his.
yeah, absolutely. You know what I
I
mean?
really
So
would. But I wouldn't have did it
perfect.
on mine. And I think that's important too. Like, I don't think public humiliation for these children is exactly the punishment that they need in order to realize what they did was fucked up.
Right.
I don't think the public shaming, right? Our parents never, my mama never publicly shamed me. It was always, when we get home, I'm beating your ass,
Yeah.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
It was never, I'm going to make a scene, right? My mother was never one to make a scene. It was always, well, we're going to handle this behind closed doors because that's where it needs to be handled. And that's where I think a lot of these parents, you know, where the message went a little left. Like what you're trying to teach your kid is going a little haywire because you're using social media to do it, and publicly humiliating your children is
It's not
crazy
the
work.
business.
That's
Yeah.
insane. That's
Yeah.
insane. Like, how are you? What you? How would you feel when somebody publicly fucking humiliates you? Your baby publicly humiliated you because you are a reflection of your children, right? Your baby publicly humiliated you, and then in turn, you said, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and publicly humiliate you as well, just so you can learn how that felt to me." Well, if everybody took an eye for an eye, the whole world would be blind. Like, what are we doing? What is the
Mm-hmm.
goal here? I think that is where I think the parents really just. But what do you expect from young people who do young shit and think young and have young experiences? Like these parents are the 20 somethings and the early 30 somethings who never learned to be 30 somethings because even though they 30 something in their mind, they 20 somethings. Because that's who they kick it with, and
Mm-hmm.
that's who they hang out with, and that's who they experience life with. It's like
Yeah.
your children trying to raise children who never grew up, trying to raise children who can't grow up because they children parents never grew up.
Think so. Correct her when she wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Correct her when she wrong.
I mean,
Honestly.
okay, when you find the lie, point to it. But show me where I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, I will gladly and happily accept it and correct it.
I know that's right.
Slide in my DMs at a Lyrical Paradigm on Instagram. You can slide in my DMs and point out the lie for me. It's helicopter in my house. Can y'all hear?
I can't hear.
That's the second one.
What is it?
Helicopters.
Oh.
It's the second
Oh
one.
shit. They're looking for somebody. That's what
Looking
that
for
means.
somebody.
For real, the city been jumping. You know what I mean? Last Tuesday, I went to the gas station and saw a murder.
Oh my goodness.
For real. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening in the world? Like, what is what the fuck? I went to gas station to get a pack of switches. I didn't come here for this.
Not a pack of switches.
She
Not
said, I
even.
can't look. She said, I came for some switches. So what's going on?
I didn't even know that there was going to be a murder today. I would have stayed home for a minute and came to a different. Like what? The city is insane. It's going around. There's something in the water. I think it's I don't know. It's November and it ain't even a hurricane, so New Orleans is tripping.
There's
What's going on?
something going on, ladies and
It is. It's got to be, because what the hell? How random is that? You just go outside and all of a sudden somebody walk up and start shooting somebody. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's absolutely
And then they got
Like
it on
what
video, and I'm all in the video.
crazy.
you in the video?
All in the video. Child. I said, Lord have mercy. I gotta move.
She said, I gotta move.
I gotta move. I gotta move. My friend says, you gotta stop
Hey,
telling people.
you a witness. You a witness.
I
Hmm.
know my friend was like, you gotta stop telling people this happened. I was like, please, the caliber of people that walk up to somebody and shoot another nigga is not listening to this podcast on this platform. Never even heard of a podcast or art. Don't know. Ain't never.
That
That's
shit
so
is funny.
hilarious.
No, but it's real though. You know, it's
That
real.
is real though. Real shit.
Yeah,
If I live in fear, how will I grow?
I
I
live in
ain't got
fear of
to.
it, bro. Because fear is only false evidence appearing real anyway.
That's facts. Perception is only reality to the person who perceives it.
Hmm, I love that.
Damn,
So,
that's hold on. That's deep. You get missing, but that's deep. I have to say that. That's deep.
yes, you know, hey, look, this poet talk right here, boy. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
y'all got it. Y'all got it.
It's true. It is true. Reality is reality. Perception is a skewed reality. Like people just be using words any old kind of way and just be saying shit and don't even know what they be saying. And be like,
Mm.
you gaslight me into believing that your feelings is my fault. Like, shut up. I don't.
I
What are you playing
love it.
with?
I love it.
I love it. Yes, ma'am. But speaking on your future projects, what are you most excited about to come in the near future?
I know right now I'm still on the fence about things happening, but I booked my first show for 2026, which is right about now in New Orleans. It's gonna
Hey,
be
hey,
August 22nd.
yes,
I
ma'am.
graduate in May, so right now I'm really focused on like finishing school and graduating. And then I want to do another tour in the summer, and I'm hoping to hit some cities I've never been to. Like I really want to go to Baltimore, and I'm trying to get right about now in a few other cities as well. I'm trying to link right about now with some other poets that I know in different cities who definitely want to help produce some shows. So I'm really working on being a catalyst to things versus being the feature of things. Like I want to
Yes,
be
I like that.
behind the scenes and I want to just touch a little bit of everything. And so I figure if I help more people and focus on them versus, what I got going on, then we'll all flourish a little bit. So
Yes,
everything I'm
yes.
working on right about now, I'm trying to build up some poetry programs in my school. And so that's what I'm working on. Graduation is the number one thing. Soon as I graduate, then I can, you know what I'm saying, peacock. But until then, I'm a fixture.
All right, now what we going back to school for? Let the people know.
I go to school for elementary education. So I decided to wait until my son was an adult to go back to college because I knew I wouldn't be dedicated anytime before that. So I'm graduating summa cum laude with a 4.0.
Hey,
What?
hey.
What?
It tickles me because nigga, what?
Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Hold the
Yeah,
fuck up.
yeah. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
So I graduated in May, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm getting my bachelor's degree in elementary education, but I'm looking into what I want to do immediately following that. And so I have practice during the summer, which is licensing and all the things. And then I want to start my master's program next September, hopefully no later than next December. And I want to get my master's degree in either English literature or poetry. And I haven't decided yet where I want to settle that at, but I guess I'm going to go with whatever one is cheaper because they both will help me accomplish the same goal. But I want to be, again, intention, right? I want to be really intentional about it.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I'm 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 on the fence about whether it's going to be English or it's going to be poetry. I'm still not sure yet.
Okay, I love that. I love that for you. Tell the people where they can connect with Lyrical Paradigm, how to connect with you, and all that good stuff. Yes, man. How to book you, all that good stuff.
Check it out. So if you type in Lyrical Paradigm into Chaquan will tell you how you can find me. And if you don't know who Chaquan is, Chaquan is ChatGPT, which I am searchable on, which I found out recently. I thought that was cool as fuck. Also, I can be anywhere. I can be anywhere, right? Like I am open to all offers. I am accepting all bookings. And you can book me. My email address is lyricalparadigm@gmail. Everything is lyrical paradigm. Paradigm, like two bad bitches. Everything is lyrical paradigm. You can find me on all platforms under Lyrical Paradigm. And you can come and you can call me, you can text me. I make a calendar every month for the city of New Orleans that has all of the poetry events for the month. So if you need a calendar to find out when the poetry is happening, I got that on deck. I'm available for all bookings. I do baby showers, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, divorce parties. Like what you want to do? A week, anything but a cup party, like whatever it is, I'm there. If your grandma, like, you know what I'm saying, talking about dick, I'm not the poet for that, but I can recommend you somebody. So we
Whoa.
can, you know what I'm saying, we can all eat here. Okay.
What you want, baby? I can set it up. You know what I mean? We got all varieties. You know what I mean?
All right, we're gonna skip over the dick, but you said bat mitzvahs.
I'm not even joking, G. A girl called me recently, like a couple months ago, and she was like, "Hey, I want you to come and perform at my mom's birthday party. She really likes erotic poetry." And she was like, "The nastier the better." And I was like, "Yeah, no. But let me get somebody to you. I can link you with somebody who could get that done for you. It won't be me. But I know people that use a lot of dicks in their poems, and so I think that they might be a better fit for you."
To come, they can come to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Like I'll drop them off. I mean, what do you need? Like, how can I be of assistance? But I can't assist you in that way. But if you need somebody, I know people. Like I'm the networker. If you need a poet for something, if I can't do it, I can direct you to the person who can. Know your
Oh
limits.
Lord.
Know thyself. Remember, I said that in the beginning. Know thyself. You gotta know your limits. You gotta know
Know,
what you're
know
capable
thyself. Yeah,
of.
that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't be out here thinking you're capable of stuff you're not capable of.
Nah, that's real shit though. That's real shit. Honestly.
Now, before we get you out of here, Lyrical Paradigm, what kind of advice would you give to someone who is an aspiring poet who also want to navigate the dual roles of being a poet and educator?
I would say read. Read as much as you can. Read as often as you can. And find out what kind of poet you are. Like, don't be so quick to jump on the bandwagon of whatever you hear around you. Find your community. Don't just go off into poetry thinking that you just the baddest shit ever because one motherfucker told you it was great. Like, listen to other people, right? Like, be willing to be taught, be teachable, and be serious about your craft. Because that's one fucking thing I hate is if you come to me and you ask me for help and then you don't take it seriously. I'm gonna be like, fuck you, I hope you die. Like I don't fucking know what you want. You know what I mean? Like, don't come ask me for help that you don't actually want. And so my thing is, if you want to really get out here and get your feet wet and really do the poetry thing, and you're dedicated to the work that it actually takes to be put in on it, make sure that you're really dedicated and you really know what you're getting yourself into. Because if you're not ready to be put into a huge space or a huge platform that's gonna catapult you into a certain space, don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna embarrass yourself. Don't do that. Make and network. Know people. Introduce yourself to people. Don't be afraid to get out there and experience life and be vulnerable in spaces that you don't think you can be vulnerable in. Because that's when you meet your community and that's when you find your people. Find your tribe. Find your fucking tribe. Stop trying to make a tribe and stop trying to put yourself in everybody else's tribe and find your own fucking tribe. Right? Because there is one for you. And there are people for you and they love you and they gonna look out for you. You just gotta You just got to be dedicated to it. Be dedicated. Be dedicated to being a better writer and not a better spitter. Because, like I said, you could have the best voice in the world, but if you spit trash, you silk the shocker forever.
Yeah.
So the shocker forever.
You silk the shocker for life.
I love it. I love it.
Oh yeah, she got to get out of here. It's almost.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got another.
I'm on top of it. That's why I made her run through all her shit right there. So
Yeah.
you know, I know. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta let some people know.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let them right on.
She said, "Man, let it right on there."
Yeah, I heard the door. Come on. There we go. I hope he don't bust his head on the cord when he come in. Because I got people doing people shit. All right, I'm back.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm back. And I didn't see the art wall before because I didn't have it facing the right way.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
I love it.
Don't step on the cord. Be careful when you come in.
All the greats.
Most of the greats. Not all of them yet. I'm working on all of them, but most of them.
Most of
I gotta get like some SOS band up here, and then I feel like I have accomplished, something dope.
I know that's right.
I feel that.
Before we get you out here, last question. Is there any new or musicians or artists that have inspired you recently?
Hey yo, there is this young lady. Don't close it all the way. Don't close it. There is a young lady in New Orleans. Her name is Odd. She goes by Odd the Artist. She is an MC. Yo, by easily one of my favorite people. Like, she's so fucking dope. She a dope writer. She a dope human. I'm enamored with her, and her name is Odd the Artist. And then of course, my tribe. Shout out to all of my New Orleans gangs, Sweetie McGee and John James and John LeCarbier and all of the John, the thousand of Johns and Deuce and Ever, like those. And Lay B is another new artist in New Orleans, and she is like been hitting the scene really hard. And she's been doing really great things. And I also recently met Rebecca Dupas, which is really dope because I love her in a real kind of way. And I saw y'all did a podcast with Geronimo, which was dope. And I saw a couple Atlanta poets on the John and Sheba, and I was like, we on it popping these days. I'm proud of y'all because y'all
Hey, 2026, our year. I know that's cliche, but hey, you'll see the first episode 2026 when that shit comes. Hey, niggas they gonna know we on. I ain't gonna say nothing yet.
I'm gonna put you secretly, but low key, but high key. I'm gonna put you in a group chat with a friend of mine. I think you might be interested to talk to. And we can, throw a little extra flavor. But if you're ever looking for like singers, I know a lot of those.
Look, you send anytime you want to send somebody just your way, just look, they already got a pass because they came from you. So you just send them right on here. Tell them know that Lyrical Paradigm sent you. And yes, we'll have you on the show. Absolutely. We want all artists, all spectrum. How about musicians? I know there's a lot of musicians in Louisiana. So I would love some musicians. Absolutely. Some people who play instruments. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. The music teacher at my school, who's also a really good friend of mine, his name is Ananias. He's super dope. He plays like Prince. He a prodigy. He played like every instrument in the world. He focused on the trumpet and the saxophone, and he is like amazing.
Right. They see that's the people that we want to hear and talk to and to make their brain more for change. So yes, man, bring them through.
And then didn't I say that last year? I'm gonna send y'all a bunch of people, and then I sent a bunch of people, and they was here.
And she did.
I got another group of poets for you. I'm gonna send your way.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it. We
send that.
appreciate it.
We'll start a group chat with you by the end of the week.
All right,
Yes,
sure.
yes. All
Make sure
right.
you
Now,
do.
anything you want to say before we get you out of here, Lyric?
Hey man, y'all keep doing this shit, yo. This shit is dope, and I'm really proud of y'all. I've been watching y'all. I peep y'all every time I see it online. I make sure I pop into it, even if it's just so you can see my name pop up. I pop in,
Yes.
send
Yes.
my love hurts, and I wear my t-shirt a lot. The kids at school think it's cool, so I wear it.
Yes.
Like I really rock with y'all. I love what y'all do. I appreciate y'all. And if you ever need me, call me, text me, send me a messenger pigeon, like whatever it is. I got your back. And
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
just keep being great because y'all have earned this and you brought this shit really far. Because remember last year when you were like, oh, we're just starting this and this is a
Yes,
new
ma'am.
thing. You
Yes,
too.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So whatever
Yes.
y'all need, it's always love and whatever I got, however I can help, I got you.
All
All
right.
right, yeah, I'm gonna start that group chat with us by the end of the week, like I said, and then yeah.
And if y'all want to do a poetry night, let me know. We can get on here and we can
Anytime.
find some things
Hey,
to do.
we
Let's
definitely
do
can
that.
do that. We definitely
Yeah,
can do that.
one Thursday. Thursday night. Let's do it.
All right, let's do
I want
it.
people on here. How many people
Yeah.
can this platform hold?
As many as you want.
Yeah,
I
bet.
love
We
it
finna try to
because
we
it's
finna
made
try to
to
get
host 1,000 webinars. So we can
bet.
put as many as you want on here.
We finna try to get 25 poets on the line at the same time. I think we can
We
do it.
got it. We can
Between
do it.
us,
Okay.
between me and y'all, I know for a fact we can do it. If we could get
Oh,
50, that'd be
absolutely. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
and,
that'd be fire.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's put that
I don't
on.
mind. And I don't mind putting a pot up so that we can
Yeah, let's put that on the
some
burner.
motivation. Yeah.
Me too. We can all put in on this. Let's put that on the burner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. Let's do
Let's do that.
that. Lyrical Paradigm, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes. We thank you for your time, love. And anytime you want to come back on, anything you got that you want to bring awareness to, look, just shoot us above so we can get you on here.
Bet. I'm gonna pop into y'all shit randomly one day. Watch.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes, ma'am. We love
got the link.
it.
You got
You
the
got the
link.
link. You got the link. Look. Exactly. Exactly.
It's
All right. Well,
always a
good night, love,
pleasure.
and we appreciate you.
Of
Okay.
course. Toodles.
Hey, that was Lyrical Paradigm, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
What you gotta
show.
say
Good
to the
show.
people before? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What you gotta say for the people before we get up out of here, man?
I'm going to Miami.
Hey, my boy going to Miami for Thanksgiving, and we may
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a live Thanksgiving show straight from BU's dinner table, man. So listen, tune
Oh
in
Lord.
to our Thanksgiving special on Art for Change, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
All the way
Lord.
up, man.
That's
Hey, look,
crazy.
you gotta hit that bell. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because you never know who is gonna pop in and who are we gonna have on. Our next year we got a lot of B and A class celebrities that will be popping in, already confirmed. So I'm letting you know you don't want to miss, ladies and gentlemen. My number tonight is 82. When people say, "What is 82 and what's your number tonight?" Every night I'm going to give a number. And if anybody put in the comments that come close to that number, they get the jackpot for the number tonight. And right now, our jackpot is at $700. So that's a way we appreciate our listeners. You know what I mean? So if you watch the show, every show, I'm going to pick a number every night between 0 and 100. And if someone put in the comments that number, I will cash app them. You got to have cash app, ladies and gentlemen. The pot. Right now, the pot is 700. So if you watch on Thursday show and you watch it and you pick a number between 0 through 100 and it's close to that number, you may win that money for Thanksgiving. So lock in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit them bells. Also, if you want some discounts, we give you some in between 10 to 15% discounts on Art for Chain Instagram page. Just make sure you go to our highlight section. You go to oldglory.com. There goes your graphic tees and all different memorabilia for any type of fan base that you may have. 30,000 different items on the website, 10%, 15% off that entire website. No matter what is on there, all you gotta do is make sure Art for Change is in your promo on checkout. You want to spell Art for Change just like we got it right here. Also, if you go to Molly B's, if you like artisan cookies, they are delicious. They come right to your door. They are very inexpensive and delicious. Wow. 10% off her entire website. If you like alkaline and oxidated water, you can go to Patriot Water, 10% off their entire website. Just make sure you go to our highlight section in our Instagram, the official Art for Change page on Instagram. Those take you right to those discounted checkout pages, and make sure Art for Change is in the promo on checkout. 10 or 15% discount the entire website. That is only for Art for Change listeners, people. Until next time, don't forget that you are great. So be great. Peace and Art for Change. Mm-mm-mm.